Hello, loved ones. Welcome to our loving, informed community. Let's square it. My name is Tina,
My name is Austin.
and today we'll be handling a crucial topic that not many people talk about. We're talking about how to take care of your mental health. What's your take?
Before I even give my take, I think mental health is something that for a very long time it has been I don't know how to say it, but I think it's been underrated.
Yeah,
It's something that
underrated.
people don't talk about.
Yeah, and people really rarely think that it can be affected by happenings or environment. They just think that you can only have a problem with your mental health if you're bipolar or when you're I don't know how to say it, when you're mad.
Yeah, okay. Looking at how people view it, it's like it's something to them it's normal. And maybe it only affects a certain group of people. And that is where now you get someone saying, the mental problem is only about being mad or going insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only that. Even some of us, we walk, yeah, but we have these things in our minds that we are fighting with. So it's not only about going mad or going insane. It's so many things. It's the constant how do you call that, wars that we have in our
No,
lives.
yeah, it's constantly pressure, mostly pressure. When you feel like things are overwhelming and they're just like piling and piling and piling, and you're not giving yourself time to process things one by one.
Basically, I think it's more or less of it's just that time that you really don't know what to do. We have a lot of things in mind and do not know how to come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's episode was for our conscious thinking on how to give you tips on how you can take care of your mental health.
Yep.
And how you can handle yourself even when you're not going to therapy or even when you're going, because it's also an option. Yeah.
It's just how to handle yourself. You know, it's something that's okay. Well, obviously, most of the people don't assume, but
Yeah.
there is tiny little things that by the end of this episode, I believe that someone out there shall have said, okay, by the way, there are tips that I was given. I usually do them each and every day, but since I don't want to kill. But I think at the end of the day, someone out there will have something that, okay,
Amechukua.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So give me your first point.
My first point is just letting go of the negative things, the negative people, negative energy.
Cutting off.
Just let go of something that isn't being.
But I really think that every new year we're like, I'm cutting off. I'm cutting off.
Resolution 2023, sitaki hii, I don't want this. It's something that you
It's always the first status I see. I see Happy New Year, then the next status is cutting off, and I'm like, we're always cutting off the following year.
do every year. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, next year.
But those people who you're cutting off, are you really keeping off them, or are you giving them leeway to come back to your life?
See, it's social media. So I've cut them off for social media, but deep down up at ground,
Yeah.
I'm still with them.
So it's good to let go.
Yeah, just let go. I mean, if something you think is negative or doesn't impact you positively, just learn how to let it go and move on without it. Let go of that thing. Even if you really think it's so dear to you, but when it brings some negative energy to you,
Just let it.
let it go.
I really think that this affects people who identify with struggle or problems that bring trauma from their childhood lives. Maybe I could talk of someone who was neglected by the parents, or more so, or a person who is missing the love of one parent and feels like the other parent is not doing enough. That's also a trauma, because when you grow up, your love language tends to
Yeah, it's not
spoil
the cause.
you.
Yeah. And these things are what really affects us. I mean, we don't want to let the past.
I think we should do an episode on traumas and childhood
Yeah.
trauma that people have, then how it affects their language when they grow.
Good idea. I mean, it's all about talking. It's all about giving your opinion. And at the end of the day, you'll come to realize that most of the things we do are what we as a human pass or go through.
Go through, yeah.
So maybe topics come in and out when we are having this the recordings. I mean, you're just like, oh, we're there, this and that.
Yeah,
So I think
true story, by the way. I don't know how to put it out there, but I can say I have daddy issues, and it really takes a lot to, come out and talk about it. But I wouldn't say daddy issues. I'll also say that just both of them, both parents, they really give a difficult time when you're trying to deal with them, and they bring this negative energy. Then you're like, these are very meaningful people. I can't get rid of them. And when you come to terms with it being something that occurs each and every time, and you have the courage to put your boundaries, because you have the power to do what you want with your own life.
Yeah.
In as much as they gave birth to you, they don't own you.
I think we should also do something else. Pertaining parents. Yeah. So these are things that will come, but one thing for you to deal with with the mental problem or the mental issues, just learn to let go of things
Yeah.
that really don't add value to your life. I mean, it's important.
Yeah, my next point.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm cutting.
It's okay.
I'm cutting you off.
I let go of it. I don't want mental issues.
Oh, really now?
It's
My next point is avoiding toxic people. We have these people who have beautiful energies. We have beautiful people around us, people who do amazing things for us.
Yep.
But when things turn to the other side of the paper, they're really toxic people. They have toxic energies. I mean, I'm talking about ladies, for example. We're in a
ladies in the house.
we're talking. If I'm tagging you here, you really need to change, because you're making the environment uncomfortable for other people. You do something or you say something, and then when you are approached about it, you start making fun of it.
I mean,
I think it's even a friend thing. It's in general, like, friends are always like that. They can say something that isn't, and they're not sensitive of the people around them.
it's all about. I think it's all about not having limits and boundaries.
Exactly.
That is the problem now.
Yeah.
But then,
Mhm.
looking at it, just avoid these people, toxic people, man. They bring some toxic energy in you, and you were like, I think it also
They do
makes
things unknowingly, I think.
and it makes you feel like, oh, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth being human. Just avoid such people and avoid such things. And mostly it affects the ladies. Just like you said, the ladies are the ones who are affected. Yes, men, they're those who have that type of
Ego.
yeah, but it is not as much as it is on the female side. It's just
I'll just laugh that off as if
It's
it
just
didn't hear anything.
Yep.
But really, ladies have a way of creating tension in the air. I can even say, for example, I have a friend and we are not in good terms. I don't know if that's a friend or a frenemy. A frenemy, a friend who is an enemy. You agree to disagree, and she just walks into the room and you feel that tension. You're not me, you're not her, but you can really feel the tension. That's, it really affects me. And you can just feel like, okay, she's in the room. I don't know what to do. I'm nervous. How did I dress? How do I look?
You have told me.
Well, Yani, just things just streaming into your mind, and you're doubting yourself. Toxic people really have a way of swallowing you
Yeah,
and make you feel like you're not enough.
and I think toxic people are not only friends, even parents, even relatives.
It's
Yes.
just all about personality.
The worst and the most toxic people I know in this world are relatives.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
I think I need to have a drum. Then when you give a voice.
People. I mean, so story time. Let me just tell you the story in Swahili though. So mko pale mmeenda mashambani kule, then kuna yule uncle yako and your aunt. Hawa watu they really don't feel happy when you're doing something great and it's above wale watoto wao.
When you're prospering.
Yeah, you're successful. It is, so that this type of people like, hey, and I'm not talking. Don't play with them. Don't go to them. Sijui nini. Oh, Illuminati. All the sorts of things.
That's
all
toxic.
prostitution.
Yeah.
Ukishasikia kitu kama hicho, forget about it. I mean, wambie, by the way, mimi na wewe relative issue. Ama unaonaje?
Okay, you know what I'd do? Number one, we are of one blood. I can cut you off, but you're still somewhere in the lineage, and I feel like, okay, we have a connection. But two, this is my life. You don't come to my to my space and do something that is negative and expect me to welcome you the second time simply because we are of one blood. I think boundaries should be
the boundaries
all about
there.
boundaries. Yeah.
And just like you said it, if it happens the first time, we can just let it go. But the second time,
But that's a red flag.
It's a red flag. You let it go the first time, but you learn something from it. Then the second time, now when it happens again, now you just tell them, just go direct. Me, I'm that person who deals with you direct. To tell you, oh, by the way, this one hides any pressure. I just tell you the way it is. I never use shortcuts unless otherwise. Yeah. So my other point is just attend therapy.
Yeah, but
Therapeutic sessions, therapeutic music,
can I ask?
therapy. Yeah, go ahead.
Do these therapeutic candles work? Like, I feel like it's okay. You can feel good about the candles and ease your mind, but it's still somewhere.
I think
That's-
it's all about
It's
goodbye
like hibernating.
to your heart.
Okay.
If maybe you've let yourself feel free, in that you just want to let it go, then it can work. But I don't know. I can't really talk about it more because maybe I don't know anything about it. But I think it's all about your mindset. If you decide to let go of something, it goes. So the therapeutic, is it the therapeutic candles or something? Maybe-
Yeah, therapeutic candles.
I think
The scented one. Scented, sorry.
by the way, strawberry brings or vanilla, it brings some scent, and you're like, wow. I think it can work. If it's scented,
Okay, I'll
it
have
can
to
work.
try that though. And when I try it, I'll report to you and let you know how it went down.
But attending therapy is very important, and I'll join therapy with counseling sessions.
Yeah,
Very, very important.
by the way, I had someone saying that going for therapy, going for counseling sessions,
Yep.
having a mindset coach. I think it's a mindset coach. And having how do you call these people who motivate you?
I don't motivate. Is it not mentors? It can't be.
It's mentors actually. And having a mentor. I know mentors, they help you
Yeah. They gave
through
you
baby steps
Yeah.
to being someone great, but they really have an effect on your mindset. So those four people can really help you get through a lot, but you need someone who is close to you, someone who knows you, someone who can think in the direction you're thinking without you necessarily telling them. Yeah. Or even friends.
So I think, therapy, counseling, just going to someone who is maybe qualified or someone who has special skills in that field is very important.
And when we can't reach these people at par,
Yeah.
I think each one of us has that one friend that we never talk daily, but that person is so reasonable.
True.
That person is so wise. That person can really put everything down, just listen to you
Listen to you
and give you advice.
are you that friend?
Yeah, I am. What do you take me for?
So have friends, just find people who you can talk to. And even if you can't find someone who you see face to face,
Mm-hmm.
I think YouTube, I think Spotify has
Yeah, I think I
These
could share a
sessions.
link with a session about psychology, and it can really help. But I'll take my time to find it. If I don't find it, I'll report in the next episode. If I find it, I'll post it there.
So it's all about just going for therapy, be it physical or maybe
Even on
some
phone.
phone. Just attend one, try, talk to someone who's qualified, even if it's
Well, I really admire these friends that you can call when things go down, and you can just call them. They can listen to you cry, and they empathize. Is it empathize or sympathize? They sympathize with you.
the difference.
They sympathize with you, and they give you a way forward and let you know that I can be that shoulder that you'd like.
Yeah.
When you're so down, I can lift you up. I'm there for you. Just calling me. I'm just one call away. If you're that friend, I'm tagging you. That's good. My
But,
second point is meditating. having some quiet time. I really love this time in the morning when you just wake up, especially when it's early in the morning. Like
Around
it's
4.
so quiet. Like you can just wake up and take time, maybe write something, process how your day was, how your night was, how you wake up feeling. You know, just having some quiet time to get to know yourself better and analyze what's good for you, how you feel. That's self love on another level. Having a relationship
With
with
yourself.
yourself.
And okay, a me time. I
Mhm.
think to me, my me time is defined as that time that you're alone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You need just time alone.
Mm.
And by the way, this one is an advice to people who work for long shifts.
Yeah.
If you're working from maybe 8 to 8 in the evening, from eight in the evening,
Hours.
I mean, just
Is
switch
it
off
12
your phone.
hours?
12 hours.
Wow.
Just switch off your phone. Don't talk to anyone that night. Have a you time. It's called a me time. I mean, just have time with yourself. There are people who pick calls from morning to morning, and I wonder, where do you get time with yourself and just have these conversations in your mind? By the way, today did this, today did that.
So I'm representing those people who have relationships. Do they just switch off their phones? Because they also deserve a
Okay,
good time.
yeah, I mean, it's like, or maybe let me put
They
it
can
this:
have an understanding.
you would just talk to your partner and tell them, by the way, I need this time alone. If it's someone who understands, they will
Just
understand.
go off the grid, but
Or maybe
Mhm.
another plan B, you just have a you time, a me time. Then what you do is just have a backup phone where someone who is very important and dear to you can call you and tell you, by the way, this is what is happening. This is what you should do.
yeah.
It's important. Just having that time alone. It doesn't mean that you don't talk to anyone now. At times emergencies come, and you'll be like, oh,
I remembered something. I think I read it last week that the time you take showering translates to your you time. It can tell more. It tells more about you. If you take so long in the shower, you just with the water, your skin, and yourself. Wow, and your voice.
can I
You take a longer time in the shower, and you're like, it's a me time.
give you a very crazy example?
Sure.
There's this time that people usually go to that small room. I don't want to call the name, but
Start laughing.
at times
Mm.
people have serious conversations with themselves, and someone is like, this one I was supposed to be doing this one, and down there doing something else. If you know what I mean, that small room.
But I go there and don't even think about anything.
At times,
Those conversations only come when I do dishes. When I'm just bored. I can even form a conversation and have me as the first
I think it's normal.
and me as the
having
second
that
person
conversation-
and we are talking.
Yeah, that conversation is important, but
Mm,
I was just giving an example. That
Okay.
show has a lot of secrets. Be it in school, be it at home, be it in the office, be it
It's
anywhere.
true.
It has a lot of secrets that when we just try to put them out here,
Mm.
I don't know if we can talk about it again. It's just
So it's good to have your own
a
time.
new time,
Yeah.
a me time.
So give me your next point.
My next point is keeping people whose eyes light up when they see you closer. Yeah, that someone who is not fake,
Someone who genuinely.
I mean, someone who just sees you and is like, by the way, how are you doing? It's not fake. It's something coming from the inside. That person who sees you and smiles and says, at last I've seen that one person.
Very true. And if you want to know a fake friendship, is through the eyes. Someone can say, "Hey, Omekucha, how are you?" And the eyes are like, saying something else like,
Why do I feel like you're attacking the ladies?
We know these things. Ladies have more fake love than guys. Do you usually have fake love as guys? I think guys are just more to the point. Like, okay, we are friends, but I don't do this and this.
Can I give you an example?
And they don't take hard feelings like ladies.
Exactly. Let me give you a weird scenario. This is where I usually tell ladies that this is where you go wrong. So, are you a friend? I'm a lady, you're a lady. And then I've seen you dressed up, and I say, oh, by the way, you look smart and all that thing. Then You go outside, meet some akina Brayo, akina Kevo, and they're like, so with man. And you're like, see, nimevaa vizuri. So guys will usually tell you, by the way, hii ni mbaya, umevaa vibaya. They just tell you. And
I
don't,
think that's why ladies keep more guy friends closer.
yeah, we just tell you the truth. I won't lie to you, actually, Makona, the way it is. Yeah. So, you have people whose eyes light up when they see you. I mean, you'll be taking care of your mental health. You know, you won't have a lot of things to think about. You won't bombard your mind with a lot of, I mean, I don't want to say nonsense ideas, but you won't have these many thoughts that disable you from doing something that you're supposed to be doing, something great. I mean, something that will make you achieve something at the end of it. So just surround yourself with people whose eyes light up on seeing you. Yep.
Yeah. And also surround yourself with people who are better than you. Not better than you in lifestyle, but in mindset. Lifestyle will give you peer pressure and not peer pressure, but pressure, and it will just affect you negatively. But when you surround yourself with people who have smart brains or smarter brains than yours, they will really build you up and challenge you to just go.
That's how those people.
Yeah.
That's how those people.
Just have a niche of friends.
Your point.
Give us your point.
It is your point.
Oh, it is mine. Sorry, I forgot. My next point. This one is, I think it only cuts across to everyone, to ladies mostly, because I don't know if you guys have this, but my point is you take time to process your emotions. Do you usually take time, or, okay, I think you guys just, okay, let me just not exclude you because we are all humans, we have emotions. Yeah, you take your time, but you typically take shorter time, like you don't take it to heart.
I mean, why should I?
I think you will let it go easily.
It's easy. It's just easy. You know, nikusame yaishe.
Yeah, so processing your emotion is about everything. Either if you're having a bad day, meditate. Steps of the day, what could have gone wrong? Is it because I wore a short skirt? Is it because I had heels? Is it because I didn't spray perfume in the morning? Is it because people just don't like me? Like, try to find out where you went wrong. And if you find yourself in that lens that, okay, it's because of what you did, just try to avoid that, and next time just,
It's also about just being respectful.
yeah,
I mean, don't direct your negative energy to anyone.
being passive aggressive.
Yeah, just I usually believe in being silent, quiet. I mean, just not directing my negative energy towards someone.
Do you have these friends who do bad things to you without necessarily coming to you and telling you, by the way, what you did is wrong, but they're just doing nasty things to you, or doing weird things? For example, someone just comes,
If you don't have such friends,
drops
then
tables.
if you don't have
Not
such
tables,
friends, then you're not
plates.
human. We have such people. We have such people.
I think I'm actually passive aggressive, but it really determines what you did. If you're not apologetic, or if you pretend like haujui ni nini ulifanya, or you're just innocent, wow, that passive aggressive is gonna be just there. But I'm working on it.
People should just learn how to control how they. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say that some people, they are this type of people that once you do something wrong, they'll take about 2 minutes or mifikiria, then let it go. Then you come to them, they're just like, oh, but God said it. It's like maybe you think they've forgotten what it is, but it's just that you think that they are pretending. I mean, but they just forgot about it, and life continues. So be that person who doesn't direct anger towards anyone, and you don't hold grudge.
I'm learning. I don't hold grudges though.
Everyone says that. Everyone says. My next point.
No, they're just too heavy. We have other business to do, like flip that page.
But it's just human nature. My other point is going for people who have the same energy as you. And this, I'll explain it in this form,
Mm.
in relationship form, by the way, whereby if we are dating,
Mm.
we need to have the same energy as man in terms of how we give support to each other, in terms of how we correct each other, in terms of how we push each other. That
It
motivation.
doesn't necessarily have to be matching, but completely.
Yeah, it's like, we're just there. I mean, you give me yours, I give. It's
Can I
something
ask
that
you-
shows effort. Yeah,
Do you think there is a relationship where both are introverts? Can it work
it can. Yes.
if they understand each other or
they
if they understand each other?
Yeah. I think they usually say an introvert has a small circle of friends, right?
Yeah, very.
And when you're in that cycle of that person,
Mm.
there's a way that should relate.
Mm.
They do not want to talk to other people. I mean, they just
But I really think
they have friends, but
they have friends, yes, and these friends are really legit friends.
Yeah.
And I think that wow, for introverts to be in a relationship, they must have been friends for a long time.
Yeah, it's
because
not as
they-
easy as
they don't tend to
they don't.
speak out issues, like tell you, excuse me, you did this and I don't like it, you gotta apologize. They don't need that.
If I were asked, are you an extrovert, introvert, or
I'm an
other
ambivert.
parts?
I'm an ambivert. It depends with who I'm around. Like the other day your aunt came and I was like, I'm not there. Like, hi.
Once that,
Thank
well, I think for ambiverts, it's kind of easy to blend
Is it?
in.
What did you just?
I don't know
Am-
is it ambivert, I don't know.
Ambivert.
I don't know. Whatever that's one is. But I
You
think for
can
them,
correct that in our comment section. We'll appreciate that so much.
I think
Mhm.
for them it's easy to blend in with the extroverts and introverts because
Yeah.
they know who to stay with, keep away from the light. They know who to stay with when they want to expose a lot of things. So I think when you surround yourself with people with the same energy, that is, if you were that outgoing person.
Yeah.
People who are outgoing. When you want to stay, you're an outgoing person, then you want to stay with people who love staying indoors. I think you get bored.
Outgoing doesn't necessarily mean going out.
Yeah,
and
out.
social
just-
spaces.
Good.
Yeah. Oh,
Good. That is good. That is good. So I think, but it's that way. What makes the conversation?
remind me of your point.
My point was surrounding.
Oh, matching energy.
Yeah, matching energy.
Matching energy. I just remembered. When you're in a group of friends and you feel like you're the one who has just been contributing and you feel like they're not talking or they're not bringing to table what they ought to be doing.
You will.
Actually, yeah, you withdraw. And a secret I can have for you guys, just keep quiet and let them bring to the table. Is it you talking too much or
Yeah,
they just don't talk?
I think when you stay with people who don't really talk,
Mm-hmm.
you'll feel like I'm the one talking too much. You see, I've been in a situation whereby I'm with a group, then we're discussing something, but then I find myself contributing more than other people. Then I ask myself, am I the one talking too much? So I think I'll tell you, you're not the one talking too much. It's just that you are surrounded by people who do not
Yeah, who tend to
energy.
keep
Yeah,
to them.
they don't have the same energy.
And it can just really mess up with your mental health when you start to doubt yourself again and you're back to square one. So just have people who match the same energy as yours,
Yep.
or people who understand you, or people you understand properly.
Yeah, it's exactly. Just have people who have the same energy with you.
The feeling is mutual.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 thing or 100 thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So your next point.
My next point is reconciling and forgiving. It's more of letting go. But this reconciling, I write it with red, in red,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't need people to give you closure for you to move on. If they're not giving you that closure, take the initiative. The life is yours. Life goes on.
Looking at it,
Or it's reconciling within yourself.
do we really reconcile with people? Do we really forgive people as human?
Depends. It depends.
That is the point I was looking for. It depends. That is where we go wrong. But yeah, let me finish
We
your
should
point.
let go and forgive. But some people tend to do things time and again and they're like, wow, I'm just over it.
I wouldn't ask what I wanted to ask, but I think, yeah, it makes sense. Just forgive. Learn how to forgive.
But you
How
don't need to seek approval
Yeah,
from
exactly. That is the
others.
point. Yeah, yeah.
So when you reconcile within yourself and tell yourself, okay, this is just gonna happen over and over again. So it's up to me to keep my walls up, protect myself for my own good, or just keep that person out of my life. That just push them away because it's for your own good.
Exactly.
Because they won't be there when you're crying your eyes out to sleep.
Or maybe when you know, when you're sick, when you've got mad because of crying and all that, depression, everything, they won't be there with you. Is that the point?
Did you ever cry yourself to sleep because of a girl?
What did he say? Nah, don't do that.
This is the ego talking.
No, not very good.
Uh-huh.
Let me just be honest. I'm not that type of guy. If it's not meant to be mine,
Not,
it's not
if
mine.
it's not worth it, just
There's no way I want to interfere with my mental health. I mean, I love myself. My mental health is very, very important. I wouldn't cry. If it's not meant to be mine, then I forget about it. Yeah.
Do you have any points left?
I think my last point will be appreciating and accepting yourself for who you are. This is where a lot of people, I think, this one, let me be serious.
Yeah, it's cut. Yeah.
Okay, I want to be serious when saying this.
Mhm.
I think most of the people why we have these mental issues is because we do not accept yourself. We do not appreciate who.
But you see yourself with less.
Yeah, you think that you don't fit in somewhere. That is where we go wrong.
Mhm.
I think, and I feel like you as the viewer, you as the listener, how about you appreciate yourself? How about you accept yourself for who you are? Whether you're short, whether you're tall, whether you're fat, whether you're slim,
Whether dark skin, brown skin, yellow skin, chocolate, all that.
wherever you are,
Whatever you are.
whether you get a D, whether you get an A, it's you. Accept yourself for who you are. No one should ever make you feel like you don't belong somewhere. Kama ni bongo you want to listen to, skiza bongo baka, you know the Swahili. If it's rumba, listen to it. Don't let anyone judge who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Accept who you are. And this is where now I want to ask something.
Mm-hmm.
These people who are of this society that most of the African nations are against, do you think they accept themselves? Do you think they appreciate themselves?
I'm not understanding.
These people who the government of most African nations is
Yeah.
fighting against. I don't want to mention the name, but you know the name, right? Do you think they really appreciate themselves and accept themselves the way they are?
Oh, okay. It has two sides. It has two sides. Number one,
Yep.
if you're a lady and you come to realize that guys are not just your spec, you just want ladies, you're not appreciating the fact that it is inside you. It is naturally inside there for you to, to like to be around the opposite gender.
Yeah.
You're simply shutting that down and opening another door. The other side is that they appreciate themselves for whoever they are. And they have come out and declared it proudly and said, this is not my spec, I'm going to pick this one. So it has two sides. Depends on what you're talking about.
That's a good example. I would shock past that. You've given the example. And I think it's self-explanatory. It's
Yeah.
what else? It's something that you can understand. That is an example that I just wanted to give.
Yeah.
And thank you for the example.
For me, I think everyone is his or her own brand. You're a brand on your own. I'm a brand on my own. What is good for business? Being confident and believing in yourself. Whatever you can produce is your product.
True.
So do you think that if you're shutting yourself down, it will be good for your own business as a person, as Tina? Is it good for your business? It is not. So, you have to go out there, stand for yourself, sell yourself as a brand. If you take yourself as a brand is something so, it can be affected by many things. Negative things tend to, shut down the business.
True.
Bad reputation. I want to talk about these people who do nasty things on social media. and expect that the internet will forget. You're simply destroying your brand. You're not believing in yourself. Overconfidence is also something that can spoil it for you. So you don't have to be overconfident and you don't have to be underconfident.
Just appreciate.
Just
yourself
be
and accept.
confident.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Sell yourself out there. Put yourself
Positively,
out
by the
there.
way.
Yeah,
Sell yourself
positively.
positively.
This is what I can do. Okay, I know I can work under pressure. Number one. Number two, I can work without supervision. That's
Yeah. I think it's certain.
that
No,
put out there.
you just want to see.
Employment.
Yeah, it's for employment. I mean,
Why don't you do that to your social perspective? I'm this kind of person. You can't mess around with me. Why don't you tell friends outright? I don't like this. I'm my own person. You cannot change me.
True.
So when you put that out there, it really protects your mind and, it gives you that peace. Like, I know what I am and I know what I cannot be.
so it's all about, I think it's all about just appreciating and accepting yourself.
Yeah,
Do you have
very
any other
true.
points?
Mm.
Do you have any points?
No.
As I make my final remarks, I think this is the advice I'll give a lot of people. Remember, you're the main character in your own story. If you do not take care of your health mentally and physically, no one else will do it for you.
Yeah.
So as the main character of your own story, act like you're the main character. Make sure that your script is perfect according to you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do all the great things in life so that we see you as perfect.
We
No,
make faith.
just
Make
be
faith.
you. Yeah, just be you. Learn from yourself and take care of yourself. No need to die young or no need to...
Kill yourself, yeah.
Yeah, don't lose a lot of things because of what the society says. Be you and take care of yourself.
My final remarks will be to tell you that your mental health is in your hands.
True.
You either crush it or let it fly. So if you crush it, you're putting yourself at risk and you're also endangering people around you. I'd also say that mental health is so critical. We never realize when we tamper with it. Sometimes it can be something of our own doing.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to blame other people that you did this. What role did you have inside that play that you're claiming someone else brought to your life? We all have a role to play. For example, if you slap me right now, what did I do? We don't have to put the speck or the lens to what he did. What did I do that made him slap me?
Exactly.
There had to be an action for the reaction. But we're not just for the reaction.
That's the English of land.
So basically what I'm saying is that some things we do on ourselves and we don't really realize and we blame other people. But for closure, take it in your own hands and say that I did this, then this happened. You're not really blaming yourself, but you're taking responsibility. And then we will start to have a great journey towards protecting our mental health. It starts there. Protecting yourself, number one. Number two, accepting yourself.
True.
Number three, taking responsibility. I think that's all for today. You can share our social media handles. I don't have them in mind.
Instagram was always is Ostina _ no, I am _ Ostina.
Yeah.
Then TikTok, Ostina
_ 254. We have beautiful projects coming up and we would like you to support us when they come up. We will be hanging them or putting them out there on TikTok. Whatever. We will putting them on TikTok and we'd really appreciate you if you comment there. Let us know what you want us to talk about according to the introductions that we gave. Yeah, that's all for today. So have a nice time. Thank you. Oh, we love God. We both love God. I think that's all. Isang